Right, 26th of May, come back out because I've got 2 consecutive days. It's scorching hot, 33, 3 o'clock, 33 centigrade. But we're gonna battle on, given I only have these 2 days to detect this area. It's the highest point in the area. These ponds are on the 1840 map, but the quarry behind me, which I mentioned yesterday, now that was not on the 1840 map, but it was on the 1900 map. So we'll have a scoot around there. There's a spring marked at the bottom of the slope where it met the sea 800 years ago. And I'm going to have a look at that first, and then we'll come back up here and do this high elevation area. Yeah, 3:30. It's a little bit fast, that watch, and it's the 26th of May. Right, first signal today. Yesterday, only 10 finds. Half of them were bullets, and there's 1 musket ball and 2 modern buckles. So it's just going to be something good. 14. That's 70% on the depth stakes. I have a feeling it's something quite small. Maybe a button. At least under the trees here in the shade, the soil's a little bit softer. It's like concrete everywhere at the moment in the sun. Right, still in the hole. To widen out a little bit more, unfortunately. Right, pinpoint of time. Right, the first time I turn on this MindLab pinpointer, it takes a long time to calibrate. So I'm waiting for that bleep. Right, turn it off. Oh, there we go. Right, it may not be small, it might just be deep. Yeah, got that right. It was under this dirty great big tree root here. It's a little 4-hole button. Not very old. 20th century probably. Right, the ground here is bloody hard. It's on the lip of the south facing slope before me there. So, receives a lot of sun. I got a 16. As I say, it's an interesting spot because of the vantage point, or the views that it offers. So quite a lucky permission in that respect. But it's only a bullet, unfortunately, on this occasion. It's a 303. Something from World War II, I expect, or World War I. Right, evidently this one's quite small. It was showing 12. Got it out of the hole. Sort of 14 to 18. Possibly another bullet. Where are you? Piece of nothingness. Piece of alley. Peak of the hill. This is a 16 or 17. It's a bit iffy, but I can see a coin down there. What's that going to be? I think that's a coin. I don't know what that is. It could be a button. Let me get my water. Got hay fever today. Not good. Could be a button. Don't know if we'll ever get anything off that one actually. I was going to say farthing, maybe a farthing, Victorian farthing or Georgian farthing. Yeah, I'd say that's a farthing, but not entirely 100%. I have a feeling this will be something modern. It's in the plug, and that plug's not very deep, as you can see. 18. Ring pull or something, I expect. Still there. Right, let's run the pinpointer over it. What are you? Maybe foil or something. Oh, no, it's a musket. It's a musket ball. Right, this is 29, and it went up to 31. Oh, go on, pinpointer. 29 to 31, about 6 inches. I can see what it is. Could be live. I better dig a bit careful. No, it's that's a 20mm cartridge case, anti-aircraft shell, anti-aircraft bullet if you like. Alright, this is a 22 down at 6 inches, and it's the nose cone of a shell, exploded shell, with the timing marks. Quite a nice example. And this is a spring marked on the 1840 map, and that's where the sea used to come in 800 years ago at the bottom of that field. I think this terracing is entirely natural. I did think it might be a lynch hit from ploughing, but I think it's on the 1955 map. This is just pasture as it is today. Whether that's been ploughed, that lower field, in history or not, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go around this area that used to be a spring. Alright, this is a pretty good signal. Have a listen. That's like a coin or a ring signal. Whether it is or not, I don't know. And the ground is incredibly hard. So I've got down about 4 inches so far. I don't know if you can see, but it's really difficult to get down much further. I don't want to break what it is that's in there. Right, let's see what the pinpointer gives us. Right, nothing yet. 19 or 20. Right, I'm on whatever it is going to be. Of course, it could be a bullet case. Something green. I think could be a Victorian coin. I don't know. Oh, I'm going to scratch it. That's the trouble. I don't know if you can see the green. Oh, there we are. I've probably scratched it. Bugger. Oh, it's a big old dandy button. Probably late 1700s. Yep, big old dandy button there. Alright, here's that spring that's marked on the 1840 map, so I'm going to have a good search again around this area. It may have just been used for watering animals, of course, but worth a search. That's weird, I can smell cannabis, and it must be coming from that farm right over there. It's amazing how far downwind you can smell the stuff. Or coming off the actual road that runs to Rye there. Right, this is a 20 at 50%, and it's a coin, I think. There may be a couple of coins. I had a couple of signals here. What is it? Ah, it's Georgian. That's good. First discernible coin. Just about see George the Third there. Sometimes you see him. No, I think that's George the Second looking left. And then he goes once you start cleaning. But yeah, I think that's a farthing. So 1700s. Yeah, that's a George the Second, so mid 1700s that one. Right, let's have a little hunt around here. So not far from that George II, little proliferation of targets because it was super quiet in the other areas that I've just done. 17 to 19, same sort of signal as before. See what this one brings. Right, this one is down there, out 6 inches down. Is it going to be another farthing? No, it's a shotty. This one's a shotty bugger. Right, and another one, another target. 27-28. About 60% on the depth. Yeah, maybe the trees offer a windbreak, so it could be in a bit of wind shadow here, making it favourable for people to hang around the spot. It went up to 30, so slightly larger than your average coin. It is a coin, I think. Oh no, it's not. I was tricked. It's another 20mm machine gun anti-aircraft bullet. Right, a 10 in here. Likely to be modern because it's really not very deep. Probably a bullet. That's something tiny. It's just a percussion or a I think it's a pop rivet actually. Right, have a signal by the spring. Don't think it's very deep. 22. See what that brings us. Right, it's not a coin. It's something else. Oh, it's a buckle. It's like a military buckle. First World War, that sort of thing. Second World War. Cool. That's an artefact at least. This was a 24, quite close to what was originally the water's edge there. Down about 5 inches. What is it? It's a lid off a bottle, bugger. Aluminium lid off bottle. Right, same area as the last one. Same signal, so maybe another aluminium bottle lid or bottle lid of some description. No, it's not, it's a buckle. Don't know age of that buckle. Maybe Georgian or early Victorian. Buckle. I have to say this is the most iron sounding signal and I was just about to fill the hole back in. Down there, 8 or 10 inches, is in fact a coin. It's a beaten up old Georgian coin, I think, but it's a coin nevertheless. So, more of the story, if you get half and half iron and non-ferrous tone, sometimes it's still worth persevering. Don't think we get much off that, unfortunately. In fact, I'm running out of water. Yeah, it's a halfpenny halfpenny of some description. I think it's a Georgian halfpenny. Right, going to call it a day. I think my energy's depleted. Start wandering back. Also, I've got this plantar fasciata foot, and that's I don't know if it's been caused by digging. Possibly it has, or maybe when I threw my spade into my left foot, because it seems to be the same foot. But anyway, I think I've had enough for today. Right, couldn't resist one more down by the spring. That's another of those military buckles. 22 on the scale. There you go. Right guys, quick roundup. 35 finds over 2 days. I found only 10 on the first day because it was swelteringly hot, and I wasn't really investigating the areas where the finds were located, which often is the case. It's not till the third trip that one starts to find the patches that produce artefacts. So quite a bit of bucklery, if you like. So these look like World War II military buckles. That I think is late 1700s, early 1800s. And then these at some considerable depth, nearly a foot in fact, are I believe horse harness buckles. 2 musket balls. I found that one on the Monday, which is the 25th, and that one, as you saw in the video, was only an inch down in the ground. It's oval shaped, so not 100% it's a musket ball, but it could be. Then modern munitions, small caliber, post-war obviously, and then the wartime munitions are the 20mm. They're stamped 1943 anti-aircraft machine gun bullets or cases, and a 50 cal machine gun bullet, 2 50 cals in a different part of the field. These were on the brow of the hill at the highest point, and those were tucked away near some trees. 2 303 bullets. This is the neck of a shell where the timing is set by the armourer, and it shows, I don't know if you can see, as I said before on the actual video, we have marks going from 14 to 21. That's a number of seconds after it's fired when the shell explodes, and you often find these things, they fly off. They're made of brass. So there's the timing marks. An eyelet from a canvas sheet, probably military. A bottle lid said Singleton and Sons, Birmingham and Branches, England. A dandy button. These are late 1700s, early 1800s. As are these coins. That's halfpenny. Found again down the bottom of the permission. It's a halfpenny. It's Georgian, I think. This one I can see George I don't know if you can. There's a bust facing left. So that's George II, because out of the 3 Georges, George I to George III, he's the one that's facing left. So that's nice. That's mid 1700s. I'll post a picture up of it for you. And they're both farthings, these. I don't know the age of this one, but probably Georgian again. It's slightly smaller diameter by about 2mm. That was a halfpenny. A bit of tubing, likely to be modern. It's copper alloy. Bits of rubbish. This, I think, was the pin. I thought it was the pin from this buckle, but it seems to be too long. It was a few inches away from it. This is a measuring set square, if you like, I got from the range. They're literally about £3, so useful to have in terms of, for the purposes of scaling your finds when you photograph them for the landowner. Right, I'll post the pictures up for you now, and once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next.